Taurus, what's going on? This reading is for the Taurus energy, the Taurus collective, Tauruses, crosswatchers, wanting to just see what's up with Taurus, you know what I mean? And everybody included who just wants to apply Taurus to where it is in their chart, if that's how you're getting down, it's all good. So look, this is going to be a little different, a little new. This is going to be this is a career reading, but a career reading that shifts into spirituality. So those of you looking or are curious about what it would be like if you were to do such a thing, you know what I mean? It's going to be a 5-card draw, so a little bit more detail, a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more elaboration on this matter at hand. And I may cuss, but I don't curse, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm going to give this a couple of more shuffles, cut the deck, and we're going to get into it. If you want my services, or you know someone who does want my services, the link for that will be in the description box, respectfully. Now, with that being said, I said that to say this. We're going to be talking about the past influence regarding spirituality, spiritual career in general. And of course, if this is not your reading, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, you know what I mean? Perhaps next one. But if you're in tune, let's get to it. All right. So, in the past, what I'm seeing here is the 9 of Pentacles, by the way. So this is either you who has actually been in spiritual work already before and you've obtained some type of success from it. And I'm getting, if that is you, then you have either toned it down a bit for whatever reason, I'm not sure, or you had just completely went off the scene because maybe you changed careers, maybe you felt spirituality wasn't a career despite you getting rewards for it. Maybe you have a guilty conscience, maybe you felt it was wrong. And I'm saying that because maybe you felt like it wasn't true labor, you know, and you felt like, well, people who truly work deserve to be rewarded, and spirituality is not true work. Now, I'm just saying what I'm feeling, you know what I mean? But if that wasn't you, you've observed someone that has been successful in doing spiritual work, and that has made you influenced in the past. Like, oh shit. Like, you can actually be successful in a tangible type of way doing spiritual work. I feel like I can do that. You understand what I'm saying? And when it comes to Tauruses and it comes to feeling, oh boy, you know what I mean? Distraction. But anyway, you get what I'm saying though, right? So you're looking at this in a way of, if you were to embark on it, maybe you don't have all of the deets for, let's say if it was somebody that you observed, you may want to understand fully how they became independently wealthy, because that's the aura that they give off. Like, they don't need no spouse, they don't need no inheritance, no none of that. They're just doing fine for themselves, but you don't necessarily know all that they've done to obtain that. Was it all based off of spiritual work? Do they got other things going on in their life, that in their career, that made that happen? You don't know all of those things. So that's something that you're probably pondering on. But it's the freedom of the aura that that person gave off that has you majorly influenced. Now, if you were the person who was actually in spiritual work or whatever the case may be, I'm getting the feeling that you were obtaining money through other types of ways. And those types of ways may have been more laborious, right? Exchanging your energy for income. And spiritual work would be doing the same thing. However, of course, it's going to be looked at, labor is something that's more taxing when it comes to energy, in contrast to doing spiritual work by using your voice or whatever the case may be. Although if you were in it, you will understand that spiritual work will drain your energy as well. It very much will. Now, how much is up to the person, their own DNA, celestial and tangible. But it does happen. Trust me when I tell you. So again, but if you were in it, you understand that, you know that as well. And I think it may have been a reason why you don't do it as much anymore, or why you stopped doing it as well, is because you felt one paid more than the other, or something along those lines, or you wasn't respected doing spiritual work as much as you respected doing the other work. Just keeping it a bean, Virgo energy could really care about what other people say. They could be their worst critic, which is, I think, sometimes feasible. But when you are your worst critic and you think about what other people say, it's like, come on now, because your brain you're gonna wreck your brain like that. So that might have been something that was part of your whole. And I say that I know this is a Taurus reading, but this is a Virgo card. You understand? So I don't want you to get confused. All right, so let's pull a card to see what the present influence is regarding this. It's the Death card in reverse. Okay, so like I said, what I'm feeling is this is someone who actually was doing spiritual work before. That's what I'm getting. And I'm getting that. Okay, I'm getting that again. I'm feeling that you're thinking about the past when you were making spirituality, and I'm feeling that you are one of those people who was making money from other things. And when you were making money from spirituality, you had more of a dependency issue, meaning you don't know when your next spiritual money is going to come in. I can attest to this, right? Because it's true. It's not like when someone provides you a salary position, it's like getting up and putting your feet down on the ground. It's like you know it's going to be there every morning. Same way it comes with the pay for the paycheck. I'm not saying job security is just like full bulletproof, because it isn't. But in most cases, you're going to get your check at the end of the week should you not be fired, right? And I get the feeling you looked at this like, yo, it's too sketchy for me. It's too unpredictable when my next piece of change is going to come in. And you don't want to repeat the pattern of making that mistake because you felt that was a mistake. You felt you should be more reliable, right? Because we're talking about the past influence in correlation with this. That's another Virgo aspect of being reliable. So you looked at it like, man, I tried something new. I got into this spirituality thing. Probably just something that you naturally got the knack for. And it was just like, man, it prevented me from moving forward because I couldn't predict how much I was going to make, what I could do with the money when I made it and stuff like that, beforehand. So I get it. That's your present influence right now. Like, what will it pay the bills? Do I have the skills to pay the bills on a way that is so frequent that I won't have to worry about exchanging my labor on a side job or a contracting job or as an independent contractor somewhere else? I feel like I'm reading for some independent contractors as well. And it's also a part that where you're resisting change as well. Like, you probably could do both if you got something going on, but you don't want to do both for whatever reason. Well, probably for reasons that I described. So let's draw a card to see what the major influence is. It's got to be money related. But I'm reading for an earth sign, so let's get to this Pentacles, right? This is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm picking up on, and I'm just keeping it a beam with you, yo. These are the types of Tauruses that are materialistic, and they can't get caught again. This is people who care about what other people have to say, what people think. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, oh, what, you got beads on now? Like, you wearing beads now? Like, where's the jewelry? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, yo, where's the name brands and all that? Like, how are you even doing this? So when you do it, they looking at you like you not luxurious when you're doing it. And I don't mean that just by what you wear, right? Because I'm pretty sure if a Taurus is going to do this, they're going to like get beautified and get pretty when they do it. Venus rules over Taurus. Like, it's a no-brainer, right? So you probably look fantastic while doing it, but it's just like people going to be checking. People going to be counting your money. I'm just keeping it a bean. And I think that's what your major influence is right now, that people are going to be clocking your money And by watching your money, they're going to watch the things that you have, the things that you drive, if you drive, and the trips that you take, if you've taken trips, or if you've been taking trips and now all of a sudden you're not taking trips because you're like trying to say dial 1-800, get a psychic reading type shit, and people are just going to be like, again, this is a vibe that I'm feeling, that you care about what other people think. And your thought process is like, yo, if it doesn't present enough money, enough cash flow to hold down my house, what am I even doing? I also get the feeling that I'm reading for some money hungry Tauruses. So it's just like, y'all do damn near anything for money. But when it comes to spirituality, you're like, I don't know about that though. You know what I'm saying? And granted, if you're the type that'll do anything for money, it's kind of like something that you should think about before getting into spirituality. Because spirituality is not the most, I gotta say this, it's not always the safest thing to do. Because when you're practicing something like spirituality and you're learning about it and you're teaching it, it's like you're not exempt from the karmic lessons that come from other things in life as well. You're really even more subject to it because you know it more than the average person knows it, if that makes sense. I think you also feel like there's some type of dullness that comes with spirituality as well. It's not lit enough for you. Therefore, it's kind of like a turn off as well. It kind of like brings you down a notch. Like I said, it's not lit enough. But let me draw a card to see what the advice is regarding this. We got the Seven of Swords. This is one of my favorite cards, and I still gotta sit down and understand why. But look, this is the advice, right? Hold on. This took a wild turn. So you may go back on your word. You may go back on your thought process. You may actually try to pull this off. And I think it's because I think you're intrigued. This is what I'm feeling. I feel like you're intrigued by the ability that spirituality has to spy on people. I'm just keeping it a fucking bean, yo. You like how you can consult with spirit, God, higher power, your higher self. Call it what you need to call it, alright? Don't fucking come at me. But you like the idea of being able to do that, to find out information, to even confirm things that you already had a hunch about, and also to find out about information that you didn't know about. But now that it's been brought to your attention, you look at people and you look at scenarios and you're like, oh shit, that shit is happening. So this is the major piece of advice that I personally have to give to Taurus as well for getting in this spiritual career, is to use your imagination. Because that's what happens when you get information like that you stumbled on, that you wasn't necessarily aware of. You be like, oh shit, I couldn't even imagine. Yeah, imagine. Because the moon rules over Taurus. I mean, doesn't rule over it, but is exalted in the sign of Taurus. So the moon deals with imagination, subconscious mind, and subconscious memories. And I think when Taurus energy realizes that something imaginative can actualize in the earth realm, they get excited. They feel they just feel elated. You understand what I'm saying? So if you was to enter this career and utilize your imagination when doing your readings or your whatever it is that you choose to do, whatever realm of spirituality you get involved in, I think you're going to do very well when you approach it in that type of way. But let's get back to this seven of swords. It's like, I think you're going to double back on what you initially said. I think you've communicated to people like, oh no, yeah, I'm not doing that. You know, I used to do it, but I'm not doing that. But some kind of way you're going to get back to doing that. You might like make an OnlyFans to do it. So it's just like, you're not going to do it on Facebook because most of those people are the people that you grew up with and shit. You know what I'm saying? And those are the people that are going to have something to say, and you're going to care about what people have to say about you. And you're at this point now where you don't give a fuck. You just want to make some money, and you want to do something that you kind of see an opportunity for, but you just got to get away from a certain clique and certain circle of people in order to do it in a way that doesn't bother you. You understand what I'm saying? So you're trying to like double back and like get sneaky about this shit and do it on a platform where people that you know, everybody wants to know your name. Those motherfuckers ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And if they do happen to stumble upon you on some other shit, it's just like, okay, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You caught me. You got me. They're gonna be like, oh, you sneaky motherfucker, you sneaky bitch. And it's just like, okay, so what? You know what I mean? Fuck. How you find me anyway? You was spying on me, goddammit, and whatever. And if you're dealing with spirituality, you might find out what that's all about as well. But that's the advice, to utilize spirituality for spying. Flat out. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying to be malicious. It's not, you don't have to be malicious. You could just, like, for instance, you could do a tarot reading about, things to look out for, things to be aware of, or something like that. And it can come out in the reading. You just be like, oh shit, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? You really, when you think about it, you're spying on yourself too, because this is things that could potentially happen to you in your life. And if you ignore it or you don't pay attention to signs, which is what spirituality is largely about, it's paying attention to signs, being attentive and being able to see not just things that are in front of your two eyes, but that one. You understand what I'm saying? Connecting with your heart, shit like that. So that's the advice. Use strategy. It's strategy. Be resourceful. Find platforms where other spiritualists are and performing and doing their thing, where a larger audience base is. Use it as a strategy. Just reading the cards, yo. So this is what happens if you follow the advice. The Queen of Wands. You're going to have a good business sense. You're going to actually do it in a better way than you've done it before. So I think that's what's been nudging at you. Like, yo, I might have not been happy with the results I've got financially in the past, but I still did make some type of money. I still did have some type of progress. And I think maybe I'm overlooking something or taking it too lightly. Because if I wouldn't have had those other jobs, I probably would have did a better job at this. And that's what this Queen of Wands is showing you. Like, you have the magnetism to actually attract people to you to do this thing. This is a yes. This is a green lit card. If you go follow that advice, you're going to be this Queen of Wands. You're going to be sitting high and pretty, attractive as a motherfucker. I mean, it's Taurus. What do you want me to say? Come on. I can tug your tits all day about this shit. Like I know what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? But this is going to make you less mean than you probably have been, because if you've been bogged down by other positions in other areas of career. This is going to make you lighten up this career move. Like, so you're going to be more chill, more cool, and confident in what you're doing. And you ain't going to mind the competitiveness, that comes with it either. And this is going to end up helping your home life. It's going to end up helping your home life and your family life. So remember before I said, look, you're going to be wondering, or you was wondering, like, yo, if this ain't paying the bills at home and shit like that, then I ain't doing it. Well, the outcome is you'll have a happy home life should you go through with the advice. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to add on a crystal card to this reading, give you some more insight, shed some more light on the situation before I let y'all go. Alright? Just bear with me. Alright. I'm gonna cut it. This is the hematite. I actually got a hematite. Is this my hematite right here? Yep, my hematite is right here. Bang, I got a hematite star. But anyway, with a magnetism that is sky high, Hematite has the ability to absorb negative emotions and create strong energetic boundaries. Its authoritarian force releases self-imposed limitations, a powerful stone to use in grounding oneself. Hematite activates the root chakra and balances out the 7 chakras by pulling toxicity from your aura. Deriving from the Latin word for blood, hematite cleanses the blood in the body by promoting circulation and energizing the nervous system to begin anew. Use hematite when you need that extra boost. This is an Aries, Aquarius, and Saturn crystal. So, when you listen closely and you listen to the rest of the reading, you connect the dots. If I heard it, I know you heard it. So you can go back and rewind this if you have to hear exactly what I heard, to make sure you got full confirmation. Hope this helps everyone that watched, especially if you watched it to the end. I salute you. I appreciate you. Until next time.